the honor of being invited by Square Enix to attend the Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail Media Tour. And a normal person going to this event would probably go and try out the new jobs of Viper and Pictomancer. How do they play? How does it work? But me? No. I spent 5.5 hours of my 7 hours of playing Dawntrail on Glam. All of the detailed Glam footage of all the job gear, all 21 jobs, and I am here to rank them from my least favorite to my most favorite for you guys to enjoy. And hopefully this also serves as a massive cosplayer reference, because I feel you guys out there, fellow cosplayers. Also, two very important notes before we jump into the ranking here. One, this is all development footage, subject to final adjustments and changes. It'll be watermarked on the bottom of this whole video. It is really important. They can still change things. And the second thing is, sometimes I adjusted the color correction on some of this footage. So if something seems like overly bright, it's because I hired the shadows so that you guys could see the designs a little bit more clear. The lighting is not always accurate to what it is in the game. Just keep that in mind. We'll start with number 21, what I consider to be the worst design out of all of Dawntrail job gear, Sage. I loved the Endwalker Sage gear, but this one just doesn't scream Sage to me, but it's also not that interesting. I still really love it for what it is, but I don't know. Overall, I find the weapons are just very meh. Like, they're ornate and they're cool, I guess, but like, I don't find them anything particularly special. I want to mention that Dawntrail has a theme of eye patches or eye coverings, and Sage definitely checks off that box. Overall, I love how the dangly bits fall off of the pieces around the waist. Gosh, it's so pretty. So total, it has 1 chest belt, 3 on the back of the boots, which makes 7 belts on this outfit in total, which, as you will see in this video, I will make sure to point out eye coverings, eye patches, and also belts, because belts are a staple in Final Fantasy. I also love this completely unnecessary right leg ornament on the thigh. It's just weird and it's there, but I really love it. And then the boots remind me of like Paladin boots, honestly. They don't really scream Sage per se, but I mean, they're cool. Just don't know if they're for Sage. In the rank number 20 slot, we have Warrior. So to count up all of the belts on here, you got 1 arm belt on the right, 2 belts on each bracer under the gloves, 2 belts on each glove on top, 2 sneaky ones to connect shoulder pauldrons, 1 on the waist, 1 on the pants waist, which makes 13 belts total, which is pretty good, Warrior, you're doing pretty good. This job gear really has like a sick axe this time around with the cloth wrapped around the axe part and down all the way the handle. I love it so much. I actually really like the headgear too. It might be my favorite warrior helmet from any expansion, honestly. I love the use of fur on the trim is like a staple for warrior. I just think it's also really done continuously here too as well. I'm personally not too crazy about the back armor piece, but it's fine. And I love the tattoos on the arms and the waist. Oof, it's really nice. No eye covering on this, but close with the helmet though. Also, why do you have gloves on top of your bracers? These warriors be tanking, man. The pants look dorky. I don't really like these hip things. They're just kind of Next up, at rank number 19, we have White Mage job gear. The weapon is honestly really gorgeous. It might be my favorite of the White Mage weapons. I'm not 100% sure on that. No eye patch or coverings to fit the Dawntrail theme, though. The headpiece is one of my favorites as well. I just love that little leaf just on one side. Super elegant, super pretty, does the job. The chest piece also does the job well. I do like all the details along the bottom. It's really great. The gloves, they're great, simplistic and elegant for White Mage, perfect. I don't really understand the pants though. They almost make me angry. Like, what is this front flap for? Why? Ain't no way these pants scream White Mage or healer to anyone, bro. The boots are meh. And then as far as belt goes, you have a belt under each armpit, 1 waist belt that splits into 2. Super weird pants belt. Only 4 belts on this design though. Next up at rank number 18, we have the Samurai. The way that the light shines off of the gold pieces on the chest piece though, oh, it looks so good with the graphics update. The katana this time around, I really love the ornate hilt and the sheath especially, and the horse head pommel design is epic. It ticks off the Dawntrail theme of having an eye patch, so we got one there. The chest piece though is kind of insane. I might argue that it's over-designed even, but hey, it's new job gear and the devs wanted to show off the new graphics update. I get it. The gloves and the shoes are just they do the job well for sure. I love the skirt so much though. It's beautiful and elegant with a flair of just fierce, which is what samurai is. No real belts on this outfit that I can find at least. The samurai only wears ropes and straps. No belts! Next up at rank number 17, we have Gunbreaker. The chain around the weapon is extremely badass. I'm really in love with this weapon design overall. And also, ding, 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 we got an eye patch. I'm honestly like very meh about this eye patch though. Like it looks cool, I guess. The chest piece having the gradient to red on the bottom of it is really badass and I want more of that in my life. The chains that go from the front under the left armpit is really badass. I wish that was more in the design incorporated. But honestly, the back of the design with the metal piece and those zipper looking things in the back is probably my favorite part of this whole thing. And then you got cool gloves and the pants get the job done. And you got cool boots too. And then as far as belt goes, you got ornate belts over the shoulders. You got one that cuts across over the chest, one around the waist, and I would only count one on top of the gloves here. One pants belt, two crotch belts, two belts around each thigh, and two on the boots' knees, bringing us to a total of 14 belts on this design, which gets a rating of mid-belt design. Next up at rank number 16, we have Dragoon, and it pains me to put Dragoon here because Dragoon is my favorite job in this game. I'm just not too crazy about this job gear compared to past expansions. One thing I do love with the graphics update is being able to see clothing textures more clearly, and the bottom of the Dragoon chest piece is a great example where you really see that true leather texture come out. The helmet, of course, covers the eyes as per Dragoon tradition, but it still counts for the Dawntrail theme of eye coverage. And then as far as belts go, we count them up, 2 under each armpit, 2 crossed at the waist, 2 at each bicep, 3 belts around each leg, which comes to 16 belts total, right up to the mid-tier belt design. Good job, Dragoon, you did it. The gloves look really clean. I love the thigh armor design on the pants. And the boots, they look pretty good, pretty scaly. Next up at rank number 15, we have Summoner. I really love the Summoner this time around, actually. The book is most certainly a horny book. You got your nice classy horn, looking as horny as ever. There's no eye coverings as per usual because you're horny as a summoner. It's weird that it has like a little frill thing on the side. Even with short hair, I would have missed it if I didn't have the 2 dye tests to see the bright blue sticking out. The chest piece is really nice, honestly. Between the stomach just being wrapped in straps of leather and then the embroidery, it's just gorgeous throughout the whole design. Especially the bottom skirt design on the outside and the inside. Just subtle gold is just so elegant and so nice. I really like the wings on the bracers though, kinda nice. The pants are really rad, and I didn't realize until editing this, I didn't get the Summoner boots. I'm sorry, Media Tour was really stressful, okay? So for belts, you have 1 waist belt, 1 ornate belt right under that, and 1 on each glove, 1 pants belt, and 1 on each thigh, which brings 7 belts total for Summoner. Good job, Summoner, you did it. Next up at rank number 14, we have Machinist. It looks so clean this time around. Look at the overall design, it's just so nice. The weapon being long and thin, I really like. It still has some nice clean details on it too. The headpiece has what I would still call an eye patch though. I honestly couldn't tell you if I loved or hated it, I don't know. It's an eye patch. But damn, look at these chest piece details because phew, they are ornate as hell. But as far as belts go, we gotta count them up. We have 1 belt around each armpit, 1 around the left bicep, 1 around the waist, 2 ornate belts over the left chest that connects to the waist, 2 big long ones off the waist belt to attach off the pouches, 2 more belts hanging off of that one, 1 pant belt, 1 right thigh for the pouch, and 2 more belts hanging off of that, 1 belt around each boot, and 2 more belts around the ankles. Machinist loves hanging belts off of belts. It's a staple. So you have 19 belts total on this bad boy, which makes this a banger design for Final Fantasy standards. The gloves though, they aren't anything too crazy, honestly. The pants are pretty cool and practical. I like the boots for what they are. But next up at rank number 13, we have the Dark Knight. I'm a sucker for purple and the Dark Knight aesthetic, so this goes up to number 13 on my ranking personally. 2 belts across the waist in the front, the rest are more like decorative straps rather than belts. Don't ask me the difference, I don't know how to explain it. The sword might be a bit much, but I still really like the design, especially at the top of the sword near the hilt. The helmet looks extremely badass and clean. My favorite part of this whole design though is right over the chest there's like this ribbed armor that looks like a claw coming up over it. It's so cool and carried this design single-handedly to this rank number 13 spot. The parts that stand out the most are the fur trim on the gauntlets and the left shoulder randomly having fur. And holy moly, just the amount of ornate pieces on this dress is crazy when you look up close. The pants ornate crotch design has got to be super uncomfortable, but I guess it's cool. The boots are pretty great. Man, if only you could see them. Next up at rank number 12, we have Astrologian. The graphics update carries this Astro design for Dawntrail so hard. Look at how clear the velvet texture comes across. Ignore the rainy day that I had while G-posing. I left it in thinking it would make an interesting way to see how they updated the lighting. But the weapon is really cool in my opinion. Very thin, very ornate, very cool. The hat is so large, but I love the stars on the underside so much. I love the moon embroidery on the right arm and the sun embroidery on the left arm. There's no eye patch, no eye coverings, and not even any belts. It's just a sash around the waist. I honestly wish you could see the pants, but they are my favorite part. I mean, look at that right butt cheek having that sunish design on it. Overall, I'm obsessed with the simplicity of this design. The stars, the sun, moon, embroideries, and having the focus be heavily on the beautiful velvet fabric. Godspeed cosplayers wearing that much velvet. Oof. Next up at rank number 11, we have the Ninja. I love the fierce elegance that comes across with Ninja and Dawntrail. Why an eye patch though? I'm gonna be real, I'm really not a fan of it for the overall look with the rest of the gear, but the eye patch itself too, if you didn't have the gear next to it, is just kinda eh. The chest piece I just find so lovely between the hanging sashes, all of the ornaments over the piece. I love the dichotomy between the left armored arm to the right is such a beautiful touch. And then counting up the belts, you have 1 belt around the right bicep and 2 around the left. The rest are just sashes, which is fitting for Ninja's identity anyway. So that brings us a total of 3 belts. That means that Ninja stays winning. The gloves are just nice. The pants though, I adore. I really do not know what it is, I could not tell you. I really wish I got a closer up look at the daggers, honestly, because they really look great in the pictures I got, but I unfortunately didn't get like a super close-up shot, but they look really clean for Ninja daggers. The shoes, they're all right. They get a pass. And now we are approaching our top 10. Coming at the 10th spot, I have Monk. Much like Ninja, I found Monk's design to be of fierce elegance, and I love it so much. I honestly love these Monk weapons too, with the added blade on it. Woof, it's nice. The headpiece is one of my favorite Monk designs. The ribbons hanging off of the ornate piece looks really beautiful as it just, you know, floats on your head. I'm obsessed with the details on the chest piece, the beautiful embroidered designs, the mix of red and yellow blends together so well. Particularly, I really like the sash hanging on the back end. It's really pretty. The gloves look great. The pants I just love the layered red ruffled sash hanging off of the right hip. Damn, it's pretty. The boots aren't my favorite Monk design, but they still look amazing nonetheless. There's no eye patches, no belts, but this design is so pretty that it gets a really decent ranking out of me. It looks so clean and nice. Coming in at number 9, we have the Paladin armor. The Endwalker design for Paladin I thought was going to be peak. I thought it was unbeatable until I saw this. Largely, that has everything to do with the graphics update too, mind you. The improved lighting, just seeing how it shines off of the shield, woof! The sword and shield look incredible. The crown is extremely majestic. There's no eye patch or eye covering though. The chest piece is just the most beautiful lined armor. The use of chainmail with the cloth laying on top with the armor shape on top of that complements the figure, and it still gives that tank and paladin identity. All right, so belts, you got 1 belt under each armpit, 2 around the waist, 2 around the pants, 1 on each thigh front, 1 around each belt loop. We aren't counting the belt loops on the pants, so that's 10 belts total, which is pretty sad as far as tank gear goes. Could be better. The gloves are beautiful. Look at that elbow design. The pants have me conflicted, and is why it goes down a few ranks. The whole bottom with the stud design and belt loops, like, I just don't get it. The elbow design on the gauntlet elbows can also be seen on the knees as well, and God, those boots are just so pretty. I also want to quickly point out at the bottom, the shape of the shoe is so different, and I love how it looks. Coming in at rank number 8, we have Bard. Even though overall I'm not the biggest fan of bard designs, the weapon absolutely carries this design for Dawntrail. Look at that guitar! Seriously, holy hell, this is one of the sickest bard weapons I have ever seen. The hat, I really like the embroidery on the underside of it. Not sure about the dangly piece hanging out on the front right side though. I'm not a fan of all the necklaces and beads. It ain't my thing. I know it's a bard thing though. But that black jacket with the red lining, now we are talking. I like the metal shoulder pieces on the right side though. I wish it was on both shoulders, honestly. No belts, no eye coverings, eye patches, but damn, that guitar on that bard. Bard mains, you are winning. The two different gloves are okay, I guess. They just don't do anything for me personally. I kind of like the pants. The side embroidery is really nice, but I've never been a huge fan of these designs, but you can't argue that this doesn't just scream, I'm a bard. The boots are my favorite though, really. Look at how these look, hot damn. I want those. Next up, coming at rank number 7, we have the Reaper. First, this weapon is mad fierce, it's crazy. It does have an eye patch built into the head covering, which I find so clever. I normally don't like headgear with this shape, but there is something so nice and ornate about this design that I just absolutely love. No belts, just a ton of straps, but this design is hella attractive and so much better than Endwalker in my opinion. This chest piece is so attractive though. All of these straps, like, hello. The first time I saw this, I was absolutely speechless. I have a mighty, mighty need to make it. As a cosplayer, these gloves frustrate me just because why do you have armor just on the fingertips? And I guess they're just supposed to just stick there? Like, okay. The pants close up, look at this leather texture, you guys, it's crazy. The pants are just metal as fuck with this design. Just wow, Reaper is hella hot. The boots are the only thing I question, but the ornaments complement the other pieces, so I guess it gets a pass from me. Next up at rank number 6, we have Scholar. I'm personally surprised at how much I loved this Scholar outfit this expansion. I've never been super crazy about book designs, and this one I don't find particularly all that special, but I still do love how it complements the overall outfit. I love my classic graduation hat, but honestly, the monocle is a dope design, so I will take it. The use of the red velvet though in the chest has me screaming. It's just so nice and pretty. The red on the left shoulder collar lining, the sash hanging in the back, all extremely majestic. The Scholar only has one true belt around the waist, and that is it, and I love it for that. The gloves are nice and all, but let's talk about the shorts for the femmes out there. Probably my new favorite shorts in the whole game. They are freaking adorable. The boots are adorable too, oh my god. The use of the red velvet, again, with the ankle sash and thighs, and the boots having that gold trim and uneven design is just to die for. Coming in at rank number 5, we have Black Mage. Oh my god, look at this cat. Okay, now you understand why I ranked Black Mage up so high. Way better than even a bard guitar. This cat perched on your weapon is the best damn thing I've ever seen. Okay, now that we have addressed the best part though, let's continue to the hat. I still like the classic hat look. I don't get the feathers hanging down in the front of it, but I guess they're following this aesthetic that Y'shtola kind of created. The coat isn't anything crazy, but I still love the drape. The sleeves are really beautiful. The embroidery is great on the front, and the pouch being carried on the back might just be the best part. So you got one belt for the pouch around the body, it makes sense, and then 3 around each bootleg, which gives you a total of 7 belts, which is a lucky number, and this design is carried by a cat. Thank you very much, Yoshi P, for that cat. The gloves are more like tattoos that include the fingernails for the second dye option, which is nice. The pants aren't anything crazy, and neither are the boots, but I can still appreciate the very classic design look to it. Coming in at rank number 4, we have the new job Viper. Previously, we saw this Viper cosplay on Yoshi P himself, but let's scrutinize it within the game and see more details. The swords are very smooth, concise, and they have a clean look. But let's talk about the belt count. 5 belts around the waist and shoulder that cross to the back, 9 mini decor belts down the back, 3 on each sleeve outside, 2 on each bottom of coat side, 2 on each glove, 5 down each thigh of the pants, 1 ornate belt at the boot tops, 1 for the knee guards, 3 belts on boots around the calf, 3 ornate mini side boot belts, and 1 belt around the toes makes 56 total belts. An all-time record. Viper is the king of belts. The hood isn't my favorite thing, and I'm not crazy about it really, so I'm gonna pretend, just like Yoshi P, that it doesn't exist. The coat is just wow. Holy crap, I love this design so much. It gives a pirate swashbuckler vibe. It's just exquisite, especially those shoulder pauldrons are just a beautiful touch. Got a little hidden knife in the back, and the gloves are perfect. The pants look really nice. The boots are my next favorite after the coat though. Just beautiful knee guards. The belts complement the outfit. Coming in at rank number 3 is our second new job of Dawntrail, the Pictomancer job. This job gear design has so much fun and flair and identity to it that I just have to put it above Viper. Looking at this paintbrush weapon and palette also make me so excited for the future weapon designs because I really think that it has the potential for some amazing designs. The hat is just so plump and adorable. You have no eye patch or eye coverings, but man, I love the headpiece. The chest piece has a fantastic overall pattern, but also the color splashes on the arms are just so fun. The ornate necklace pieces are a nice touch that don't feel like they're too much. The gloves remind me of those artist wrist guard things. I love them so much. The pants are beautiful. The pointy boots with the little ties and the side designs, everything is just so mwah. I wish I had the time to cosplay this actually. I would, absolutely. The Pictomancer only has one belt around the waist, and that is it. Coming in at number 2, we have the Red Mage. Red Mage always has incredible designs every expansion, but Dawntrail's graphics update really makes it pop more than it ever has. The deep red velvet throughout this design is just to die for. The weapon has the sword rapier part coming out of a rose, which is extremely beautiful. And look at the hilt design. It's so elegant, it's so oof. I actually really love the hat design and shape overall too. And the chest piece is just, man, that's the good stuff. Oh my God. The gloves are clean and nice, and I'm still loving the pants and the poppin' red velvet everywhere. The boots are also just so clean and nice. Oh my God. Beauty, grace, elegance, fabric choice, just overall peak Red Mage design. And then as far as belts go, you have 2 parallel belts over the shoulder and 2 belts above each knee, which brings us a total of 6 belts. Who needs belts, honestly, though, when you have velvet? And last but not least, at rank number 1, in a totally biased opinion, as this whole video is Dancer! I will explain myself, okay? First, it's the damn graphics update, okay? The red velvet of this chest piece, pants, and shorts are fantastic, but the way that the sash has the red to the purple to the blue gradient, and it's see-through, and still has that beautiful gold design on it, oh, it's just so pretty. The weapons are my favorite that we've ever had. They're just very thin, very ornate, and very elegant. But this design is peak Dancer, okay? I have a mighty need for it in my life, and I'm so looking forward to making it personally. I just think it's a peak Dancer design and really shines, especially with the graphical update. I love the side hair bows as opposed to having them on the back of the head like they were in the previous 2 expansions. Asymmetry has always been prevalent, especially with Dancer job gear, but these arms in particular are extremely different and really complementing to the overall design. The gloves are interesting to say the least. At least my thumb will be warm. The shorts are really cute though. Oh my God. And with those golden bangles around the ankles, I just could tell how annoying that's gonna be to dance and walk in. And I forgot to record filming the feet. I'm sorry. The feet gear looks nice though from the zoomed out pictures. Overall, that is 9.5 jobs that have eye coverings out of 21 in Dawntrail. And I just wanted to point that out because that's freaking crazy, okay? I don't know why there's so many eye patches, but that concludes the ranking of all 21 job gear excluding Blue Mage. Hopefully you guys can enjoy the gear just as much as I did. I also have another video that I did covering the Dawntrail media tour. It also has bonus footage of the new map areas, the new home area, new dungeon footage, everything that is the new graphics update, which let me tell you, the graphics update is way better than even the dev team is saying. Like, listening to the live letters is one thing, but being in the game and seeing this graphics update is literally crazy. But go ahead, watch the other Dawntrail video, and also make sure to check out all of the other content creators, all of my friends that did all different kinds of coverage of the event, and I hope to see you in Dawntrail. Bye, everybody!